Hi, vintage bakers! Today I'm in the kitchen making gingerbread cookies. Soft, tender, chewy cookies full of warm holiday spices, delicately coated in a thin sugar crust, dipped in white chocolate and decorated with sprinkles. These soft gingerbread cookies are the perfect festive treat. These easy cookies are packed with all the smells and taste of the holiday season, and a must-make recipe for a classic homemade Christmas. So let's get into the kitchen. This is how I make soft and chewy gingerbread cookies. The first thing I'm going to do for this recipe is cream together 1.5 cups of softened butter with 1 cup of white sugar and 1 cup of brown sugar. Beat this together until it's soft and fluffy. This may take a few minutes. The mixture should be a very pale brown with a creamy texture. Then I'm going to add in 2 eggs, one at a time, and beat into the mixture after each addition. Make sure to scrape down the sides and bottom of the bowl as you go to make sure everything's getting mixed in evenly. Now for that classic gingerbread color, I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of fancy molasses. This is also going to add a soft and chewy texture to the cookies. And for the classic gingerbread flavor, I'm going to add in some spices. And since these are gingerbread cookies, there's going to be a pretty good helping of ginger in there. Add in 3 teaspoons of ginger, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground clove. Clove is a pretty strong flavor, so you don't need too much of it, but it really gives that classic Christmassy aroma. To the batter, mix in 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Finally, mix in 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Mix just until the dough comes together. The less you handle the dough, the more tender the cookies will be. The batter is ready now to be formed into cookies. In a small bowl, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of sugar, which I'm going to use to coat the outside of the cookies. I'm going to gather about 2 tablespoons worth of dough and roll it into a little ball shape. Then roll the dough into the sugar and place onto a lined cookie sheet. I'm going to continue rolling all of the dough and coating them in sugar. The sugar is going to melt slightly and form a delicate sugar crust on each cookie, which makes these cookies extremely delicious with the contrast of the soft, chewy cookie. After all of my cookies are rolled, I'm going to use a flat-bottomed cup to flatten the dough slightly into cookies. If you want your cookies to stay this shape, pop them into the freezer now for 15 minutes. Otherwise, your cookies will spread a little in the oven, which I don't mind, so I'm going to skip this step. And my cookies are ready to get popped into my preheated 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius oven and bake for 10 to 12 minutes. Cool the cookies on a baking sheet for about 10 minutes. They'll be quite soft at the beginning. After that, you can remove them to a wire rack to cool completely before decorating. Decorating these cookies is optional. They are amazing just as they are, but for the holidays, adding a quick and easy decoration really gives these cookies an over-the-top festive flair. I'm going to melt some white chocolate chips, which you can do using a double boiler in short bursts in the microwave, or if you have a tiny crock pot like me, it's perfect for melting chocolate. Dip the side of each cookie into the melted chocolate and then set aside on a plastic wrap lined counter. Add a few festive sprinkles to the white chocolate and allow them to cool until the chocolate is set. I'm going to do this in batches so the chocolate doesn't set before I have a chance to add the sprinkles. The chocolate should only take a few minutes to set. After that, the cookies are ready to serve right away. These gingerbread cookies are perfect to bring to any holiday party or pop in Christmas cookie tins for a delicious homemade gift to bring to family and friends. Enjoy! Happy holidays! If you're a fan of deliciously simple vintage recipes and old-fashioned skills, then you'll want to check out this next video. Thanks for stopping by.